One of the aspects of the recruiting process that people don't think about too much is the etiquette of the decision. So assuming you don't have one school that you've been pursuing and you get your opportunity and you commit, which a few of you will have, but for most of you where you've got a few choices that you narrow your list to in the end, it's important to call the school that you're committing to first before you tell the other schools no. So get your spot you're going to firmed up, make your commitment, and then you'll call the schools or communicate with the schools you need to let them know that you're not coming. When you do commit to a school, ask that coach to give you a couple days to contact the no's. This is normal procedure, and coaches will understand that. They'll probably tell their staff, but you ask them to keep it on the DL until you get a chance to call the schools you need to reach out to say no to. And the reason for that is you don't want a college coach that you've been courting for a period of time to hear from somebody else that you've committed to another school. And you can think about it in the same way that if you're pursuing 2 or 3 schools and you're waiting to hear and you've been talking with them, you've been engaged and gone on visits and have a good relationship, but they're deciding between you and somebody else, and you hear from a third party that they took the other person, as opposed to that coach calling you directly and saying, hey, listen, we made this decision. It's the same courtesy. You owe the no coaches a courtesy of a communication directly to them before they hear from others. So ask your yes coach, so to speak, to give you a couple of days to contact the no's. And then with respect to the ones you're turning down, it's really important that for the schools that you've been engaged with, that you make a direct communication. Don't email them, make a phone call, get the coach on the line. If you have to leave a message, just leave a message. You need to speak with them, and at least give them a chance to get back to you, give a few days to be able to get in touch with them directly to let them know that you're going to choose another place. It's a courtesy, and it's a much better, more professional thing to do to talk to them directly. Now, it's really, really hard sometimes. It's nerve-wracking to tell somebody no. We all know how that feels, but it's important to do it. And the one thing I will suggest is that keep your detail to yourself in this situation too, because it keeps the door closed for debate. So when you call a coach to say that you've committed elsewhere, tell them you really appreciate their interest and they're pursuing you and taking interest in you, but you felt more comfortable with school X, or you felt most comfortable with school X. And using a general term like that or general phrase is usually the most effective to avoid a debate that might happen if you say, well, I liked this aspect better, or something like that, where they then might debate you about it. Well, we can show you this or this, or, to get you to try to change your mind. So do the courtesy and call them directly and say no, show appreciation for their interest, and then make it general that you just were more comfortable with another program, or whatever that program is. Giving them the name is fine. It's a courtesy, and it's the right way to handle the etiquette of the decision process.